Hello everyone, welcome back to the second video of the class. Now in this video we're just going to have a look at a contemporary dance technique. Contemporary dance is made up of lots of different techniques which all make up the overall style of contemporary dance. So we're just going to focus today on Martha Graham technique. Martha Graham was an American ballet dancer. She became a famous contemporary dancer and choreographer. Now, Martha Graham was interested in kind of rejecting the very stiff and regimented rules within the ballet technique. So she was interested in creating something that was more expressive, and her beautiful technique comes out of natural movements already in our bodies. So it comes from our breath, from breathing, and simply just from walking as well. So today, during this part of the class, you'll hear me mentioning three different things quite a few times. One of which is contraction and release. That will be the first exercise we'll be doing, and I'll explain what that means as we go along. The second will be falling and recovery, so fall and recovery. And that's the second little exercise we'll be doing, and I'll again explain that as we go along. And then the third exercise will be spirals, so we'll come to that last. Okay, so if we can just find a spot in your space where you've got enough room, we're going to start with contraction and release. So I'll just put some music on, find yourself a spot in the room, and I will be with you. Okay, so the first little exercise we're going to do is to do with contraction and release. So it's all about breath. All of this movement comes from breathing in and breathing out. Very, very simple. I'm going to turn to the side just so that you can see the body shape that we're aiming to create. So what I'd like you to do is just have your arms just loose by your side. You're going to take a breath in. Now when you take the breath in, standing nice and tall, and we're just going to place our hand on our heart. Just feel the rise and fall of your chest as you're breathing in and out. Listening to the music, how does that make you feel? Maybe it makes you feel calm or thoughtful. Good. Just being joyful that we're here together in this moment. Now we're just going to take our arms down by our sides. Breathing in, standing up nice and tall, nice straight back. And as we breathe out, we exhale. What we're going to do is we're going to imagine somebody is poking us right in the belly button. And we're going to send the belly button to the back of the spine. And as we do that, our tailbone is going to tuck under, and you're going to see this C shape. So if we just do this exercise together, breathing in and exhale, sending the belly button to the spine, the arms come out in front of you, and release. And exhale. And inhale and release. Good. Now we don't want to be too hunched over here. So we still want to keep a sense that there's a string pulling us up onto the ceiling. So we're still wanting to be tall as we can, but the curve is coming from the spine. So everything is elongating, but we're not crunched right over. Nice bend in the knees. Now this time when we do it together, let's have the arms nice and wide apart, and I'd like you to imagine that you're going to give somebody a big hug, a big warm hug, and perhaps it's someone that you haven't seen for a long time, perhaps it's someone that you're missing. So just listening to the music and exhaling, taking the arms out to the sides, nice exhale, and curve. A really big hug around that person. release. Good. I'll just do it facing you. And exhale. Belly button to the spine, nice big arms. And release. And one more time. Inhale, nice and tall. And exhale. Really, and this time, let's wrap the arms around the shoulders. Give ourselves a nice big hug. Standing up tall. Arms up to the ceiling. And taking them down to the sides. Good. Now from here, we're just going to focus on opening the release and opening up the chest here. So you can keep your arms out if that's helpful, but I want you to imagine that you have a big eye right here on your chest. So you have an eye. If you close your eyes, you can see everything with this eye that's on the chest. So we'll start on one corner, facing one direction of the room, whichever one you choose. You can have your arms out to the sides, and we're just going to keep this nice flat back. So we're not curving anymore, we're just releasing. Nice flat back. And we're just going to take little steps around the room. So we're going to change our focus so that our eye on our chest can see all of the space around us. Really keeping this nice and wide open at the top, looking out as if you're looking over out to an audience or out over a mountain. You can bring the arms down if you like. Good, really have this sense that you're nice and tall, with a long neck like a swan. And from here, we can try, just in your own time, you can just try moving, just with the music. You might want to contract and release, and moving around the space. And when you release, this nice wide chest, all-seeing eye. And then when you contract, bringing the stomach in, giving the person a big hug and release. Good. This time let's do it with the breath so we can hear. So breathing out all of the air and breathing in. Good. Very nice, lovely. Good. Now just let's have a shake out, shaking the head, shaking the shoulders. You might have felt that in your core. It's a bit of a muscle workout for the core. The next exercise we're going to move on to is fall and recovery. So I'll just explain a little bit about what that means. It's about weight transference. It's about transferring your weight from one leg to another. And so if we fall, we can catch ourselves again, yeah? So similarly to how we did in the warm-up exercise, when we were transferring weight, these movements, it's a similar thing. So you're falling and you're catching, yeah? So we're going to start with our feet in first position. So if these are my feet, my heels are touching each other and my feet are pointed out diagonally. So I'm going to start in a nice first position. And we're just going to bring the arms, all the arms are doing is just coming in and out. In and out. Now with the legs are going out to the front, one leg and down. And back and down. Yep, so again to the front. With the arms and the leg at the same time, out and fall. And recover, and back, good. Now we're going to go to the side. So we're going to kick the legs out to the side, the leg out to the side, and fall, and up, and recover, good. And now to the back, so with the same leg, so we're going to go to the back, and fall, and up, and recover. And the last movement, we're just going to come all the way up, big, like you're scooping up into the sky. You're going to contract that tummy, calming down, a little skip with the feet, open. And it's always nice to breathe, take big breaths. The breaths will help you come up. So when we're down low in this position, or down low at the side, we really want to think of springing off that front leg, but also using our muscles to really help us tighten everything up. And if you lose your balance, that's completely fine. It just means you're working really hard. So I'd rather it be really big and maybe lose your balance a little bit, but at least you have that feeling of falling and catching yourself. So all of that on the right side and then on the left side. So we'll just put some music on. Just shaking out. Good. Now feet together in first position. Remember, the arms are going with the legs. So when the arms go out, the leg goes out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And out. 4. Recover. To the side. 4. Recover. To the back. 4. Recover. And all the way over the top. And good. And left leg. 4. Cover. To the side. Good. And to the back. And all the way over the top. And contract. Good. One more time each side. All together. Right side, then left side. 5, 5, 6, 7, 8. Up, down, up, and back. To the side, down, side. To the back, down, back, up. All the way over the top, contract. Side. Leg doesn't have to go super high. Good, and to the back. And all the way over. Contract. Good. So that's the second exercise, that's the falling and recovering. So the last exercise is all to do with spirals. So creating spirals in the body and in the spine. We're going to start with our feet just a little wider than shoulder width apart. Arms loose by our sides. And we're just going to rotate our torso. To one side, have a look what's over there. To the other side, have a look what's over there. So we're really just rotating. We're going to try and keep our hips facing forward and just rotating to one side and to the other. Now the arms are going to want to get involved, and that's fine. Good. You might want to go a little bit further with the spiral. Let the arms hang nice and heavy. And just feel them hitting your hip as they're wrapping around. Good. Now take the stance a little wider. Side to side. Now we're going to try and see if we can have a look behind us. See what's behind us. So really turning and bending the knees. Good. Good. Twisting. And can we get even lower? Good. Bending the knees. Spiraling. Let the arms be really heavy. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And shake it out. Shake it out. So that's the end of the second video of the class. So we've just touched upon 3 different little technical exercises that are part of the Martha Graham dance technique. So we had contraction and release, we had fall and recovery, and we had spiralling. So, next video, join you on video 3, and we're going to put some of that all together, and we're going to create a movement phrase using those techniques, and we're going to introduce some music. So we're going to do the phrase, the same phrase, to different kinds of music, and we're going to see how that maybe changes our movement and how we feel when we're dancing to different sounds.